No one would have believed in the year 2020 that human affairs would be paused by an invisible virus. No one could have dreamed we would be subjected to lockdown, similar to a prisoner in his solitary cell. Few men even considered the possibility of a virus so deadly and contagious, with an R number of 3 killing so many as it slowly and surely engulfed the world. On week 1, I wandered lonely as a cloud around my hometown, and all I came across was a host of golden daffodils. Streets were empty as the shock of the situation slowly sunk home. Curiosity took my permitted once-a-day exercise into the city. The only person to be seen was the postman, faithfully doing his rounds. I felt I was walking in a dream as I turned into the high street. Only the day before, a bustling hive of human activity. Now it was as silent as a graveyard, with only a handful of others braving to be here. The clock in the tower at the end of the street read 25 to 10, and it was a Tuesday morning. My footsteps echoed eerily around the empty streets and silent shut shops. William Wallace glanced coldly around, as if wondering where his supporters had gone. Surely not ran from the enemy. Braveheart words rang in my head. You can take our lives, but you can never take our freedom. The truth is, Nicholas Sturgeon has sent us all homewards to think again. I make my way through the old town, which is built on a hill. Going up the steep streets became my exercise pill, taking in a daily dose for the first 3 weeks of lockdown. I emerged on the esplanade, where the view of the castle is normally hidden by buses, camper vans or tourist cars. Now there's not a vehicle in sight. The flags that normally flap in the breeze are not even at half-mast, they are gone completely. Many years ago the castle was under siege at least 8 times during the War of Independence. However, it's now under siege again, doors tightly closed to keep the virus outside the secure walls. Robert the Bruce scoured the city below for signs of the enemy, but nothing was to be seen over the old town rooftops. I left the castle by way of the old town graveyard, where heroes of the past slowly decay in their peaceful surroundings. High on a hill, a new line of graves start for the COVID-19 corpses. I varied my solitary assault on the castle as much as I could, sometimes approaching from Gowan Hill. It was sad to see the spring flower beds, which normally add colour to the scene, were as empty as the high street. I gazed longingly towards my beloved Ochil Hills, where I knew every hill and glen, but now they were a walk too far. Fortunately, there are a few paths in the city that made me feel like I was walking in the countryside, and few folk trod on them. A few days after the initial lockdown, I witnessed a few brave souls queuing in the high street. I wondered why until I realised they were outside banks. A new word entered my vocabulary: furlough money. I recalled the days I was made redundant through no choice of my own, and all I got was job seekers' money. but it wasn't unprecedented times back then. On my way home I cut through the park, where the virus also had left its mark. The play park was tied with an Easter ribbon and bow, and I wondered where did the children go. I guess we're all stuck indoors painting a million rainbows of hope. A lump came to my throat as I thought of my only grandchild, who I have held twice before the virus arrived. I'm very grateful for modern technology and all the photos and videos I have seen of this little human being. And I live in hope that one day soon he will be able to reach out and touch his grandfather. I'm sorry he's born to unprecedented times. As my feet become fitter and firmer with pounding pavements, I find I can walk further and now doing around 10 miles per day. I can easily now walk past the river and reach the city limits, heading for Wallace's monument. The lovely, long, dry, sunny spell of weather since lockdown began has been a blessing, and at times I even forgot what was happening in the world around me, until I get home and watch the news on TV. Then our First Minister of Scotland announced that their citizens could now exercise as much as they wanted as there was no limit on it. So I pulled my bicycle out the shed and started pedalling. Initially I was not pedal fit, as the last time I cycled regularly was when Norman Tebbit told the nation back in 1981 to get on their bicycle and look for work. I considered myself lucky as the N72 cycle route passes my front door. I spent a couple of days getting pedal fit and then started doing the Kincardine Bridge round. This now became my regular exercise route, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it as there are very few hills in the Forth Valley, and it was wonderful to be in the countryside. When Phase 1 of our lockdown, our road to recovery began, things in the city started to change again. More people were about, and a few felt we should let everyone know about it. That's when I decided it was time for me to stop pounding the pavements of a city and head for the country in the car. Since lockdown began, I have kept at least 2 metres from the few other people I have met. I have followed lockdown advice as best I can. I hope you have all endured your lockdown periods as best as you can too. My thanks go to those of you who have not judged whether I have followed it to the letter. Sadly, the mother of little Luke, my grandson, has now been treated for depression. Little Luke knows no one but his own mother and father. I also know another older person who lived on her own and couldn't take any more. COVID lockdown has not been easy on anyone. So please, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching.